So I was only in 3 credits this semester, so I had this like grand idea to start attending random classes here at the University of Michigan. Hey Maddsters, welcome back. Just wanted to make a little video about me going to a bunch of random classes with my friends because it was just a fun thing to do. I have literally nothing else to do, but then I kind of stopped doing it because it was like I just don't want to go to school anymore. Okay, but first up, I went to a communications class, which was Media in the Body. And I didn't actually vlog this, but I really liked it actually. It was really interesting. The lecture that I went to was about how people with disabilities are glorified within the media, the issues with that and like why people do that. So that was really cool. I just kind of sat there and listened. I have never taken a comm class, but I feel like that one would have been really good to take. It's interesting, it's a different topic, and it's very relevant with like body image, like how we perceive athletes versus supermodels, and then again people with disabilities, and then like women versus men, and then pregnant women. So it kind of reminded me of like my women in psych class, but with a communications lens. After that, I also went to forensic psych. Okay, so that lecture was about insanity and the insanity defense, which was kind of interesting. It's just like very historical, like the history of how these laws came to be. So like I didn't love this one as much. It was like a little boring. And since it's like kind of law-y, they're very, very into the wording. So it's like dissecting like what is wrongfulness and it's like what is intellectual disability. And so I'm kind of glad I did not take that class because I was really interested into it because I really like how to get away with murder and like crime stuff. But it was like cool to go to for a little bit. Today I am going to another lecture. This is Greek mythology. I am so excited for this one because I love Greek mythology, like big fan of Percy Jackson. I don't know, I think it's so interesting and so many like cool stories come out from it. Oh my god, you guys, I'm like very, very disappointed in that class. It was so boring. I left 45 minutes early, like halfway through. Definitely not Percy Jackson. We talked about Hector and Achilles, and I read the Song of Achilles, and like that was a pretty good book. I like knew a different story of Achilles and like Hector and everything. I also like wasn't really sure what was going on because of a continuation of another lecture. That was just so boring. I was literally falling asleep. Very disappointed. But it's fine because I'm not taking that class. Okay, you guys, I went to Gen Chem, so I actually passed out of Chem here because I had AP Chem credits. But I was like, might as well go to a lecture. Okay, Simon, where are we?
But we're in the Chem building for Chem 130.
Okay, what is Chem 130?
Chem 130 is Gen Chem, Intro to Chemistry. Not the lab though, but like the written lecture with Dr. Castaneda. And it's a lot of formulas and math.
Okay, how's your experience been so far?
It's been good. Dr. Castaneda is really good. I've been a little behind just because I got a little sick and had to miss some lectures, but I think I'm catching up pretty easily.
Awesome. Yay. Finished Gen Chem. I did do AP Chem in high school, and so it like kind of came back, but also didn't because we learned about orbitals, and like that was the one thing I just never understood. But very glad I'm not on pre-med because that was like not enjoyable to listen to. Okay, Simon, what do you think? What are your hopes for this class?
My hopes for this class is that I can try to get at least an A-. That'd
Solid.
be fun. I want to try to learn a little bit because I have to take Orgo next semester, so I'll try to pass but also retain the information, but we'll see how that works out.
Killing it. And also, if you are considering buying an iPad and you're gonna take STEM classes, I would recommend getting the iPad just because it's a lot easier to like draw out the diagrams and take the notes on that rather than using paper. Going off of the Gen Chem, I also attended Orgo. So today's random class is Orgo 1, Chem 210. I'm currently in the Chem building, about to go to class. I've never taken anything past Gen Chem, so this should be exciting. You're in Orgo.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I do not like Orgo at all.
Okay, any studying tips?
Just study all the time. Anytime you have.
Okay, who else do we have?
I am Abby.
What are your thoughts?
It's really hard.
Okay.
You have to do chem all the time, but yeah.
Actually, I do remember a little bit of that from high school chem. Like, I've definitely seen it before. Still had no idea what was going on. Those people taking Orgo good luck. Everyone says it's so difficult, which I can 100% agree with and understand why. Here's my message out there. If you don't want to be pre-med, like literally don't be a pre-med. Like don't waste your time. Finally, I went to music in business.
We are at the bus stop. Allie, tell us where we're going. We're going to Business of Music lecture at 472 or Arts Admin 472. Okay. Yay. It's cross listed in Ross too.
Okay, and we gotta go on the bus. What? So the other day, I literally took the blue bus up to North for the class. We took the scenic route into the Moore building for music in business with Allie. Such a queen. Look at her studying so hard, and we learned about copyright. And so this one was actually kind of fun because I had that professor before, so he definitely recognized me and was like, he didn't say anything, but in his eyes, so he was like, what are you doing here? They talked about like copyright and stuff. I did end up having to leave early, but that was nice to like go to North Campus. I've actually never had a class on North Campus. Definitely look into like some of the more niche courses because they're just more interesting. You get to learn about a topic that you haven't learned about. Well, those were all of the random classes I have attended so far. To be honest, I don't really want to keep going because there's literally no point for me to show up, and I'm not the biggest fan of school, so it's kind of a waste of my time. It was fun to go with my friends and like say that I've been to an orgo class now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye, Maddsters!